Whoa. All right. Hello, everybody. There's a few people starting to join. Many thanks for joining me here on the live stream tonight. Wasn't really planning to do one, but I wanted to jump on here and make a few announcements, tell you about some things that are upcoming on both channels, and make sure that everybody's up to date and knows what to expect about what's going to be coming up here over the next few months. So wanted to take a moment to talk about all of that. But we're going to wait here for a little bit because I know how when I've taken a little bit of a break here, this YouTube algorithm likes to slow everything down and make everybody wait before they get notified for everything. So might just give some random updates, things like that. But if you're liking the stream, of course, as always, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have other social media, if you have Facebook or Twitter or something like that, make sure to share it over there. And that will help us to reach a new audience. So, yeah. So we have a few different updates that we're going to be talking about tonight. Some include upcoming travels, some include upcoming episodes, some include upcoming live streams, and some are about the actual podcast that we've been talking about for quite a while now. And so I wanted to make sure that you guys got an update on that because we haven't talked about it in a while, and I know that I needed I hope that everybody can hear me okay. I plugged in my microphone like mid setting up the stream, so I'm hoping that it actually comes through and you guys can hear me. So if there's someone out there that can hear me, maybe let me know. But at any rate, as I was saying, I know that YouTube isn't going to really promote this, so I'll probably just talk about this for a little bit. And if nobody's come, then I'll just sign off and let everybody catch up with it later. But we're going to be taking off here again on the road here pretty soon. I've got a shot scheduled. Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Always appreciate the confirmations from all of you guys. Sometimes I don't really know what's going on, as you all know. Sometimes, thank you, Jenny. Sometimes the stream takes a while to update, as well as I can sort of see a preview of the stream, but it's hard to get a actual visual and audio of the stream on my end because, of course, if I were to listen to it on my end as it's streaming, then I'll get a huge delay, and that will, of course, screw me up with the live audio. So that is, of course, why I can't listen to that to make sure. So maybe when I have 100,000 subscribers on both channels, then I'll be able to afford a team of people that might be able to monitor it for me. But until then, I'm kind of stuck with this, and it's just me. So I appreciate your confirmations. But as far as the travel goes, we're going to be taking off on the road here pretty soon. I've got a shot scheduled here in a few days. I've got a 2-shot vaccine coming, and so I will be getting one of them here on. Actually, I don't know what day it is exactly. It's sometime in this weekend, and then about a month from now, I will be getting my second, and then I will be hopefully back out on the road and taking a little bit longer of a trip. I'm not sure if it's going to be right away or if it's going to be in a little bit, but by probably June, I'll be out on the road and taking a lot longer trips. So that's going to be a lot cooler, a lot more interesting for the 539 channel. Hey there, Roy. Thanks for joining us. I see some of the notifications may have finally gone out. So yeah, by June, maybe sooner, we'll be taking a bigger trip. At least be venturing out there and starting to do some things. I got a few ideas from last year that I was planning to do that I never got to. Hey there, Venna. Good to see ya. Been a while. Is that there? Aliska Gray. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Appreciate you being here. Thank you guys as always. If you're enjoying the stream, of course, give it a thumbs up. So yeah, planning to take off on the road soon. As far as I think I've given you guys some sneak peeks before, but we may be doing the loop around Lake Michigan first as a longer trip, and then as a second longer trip, I might be taking a trip out west, probably both to California as well as to like some of the states that I've done before, Nevada, Idaho, possibly Arizona. I'm going to try and take a different way out there than I took before. Oh, I'm missing stuff. Week off work, awesome. That's great to hear. So yeah, I'm sort of tentatively planning what I'm going to do after the 2-week period following the second shot that I'm going to be getting here in about a month. So once that happens, I'll be again able to take off on the road again, and I've got a ton of plans. Obviously, I've had a long time to think about it, and so it's one of the many reasons I'm getting on here tonight, as well as just to update everybody on everything that's going on. Again, obviously there is a brand new episode over on 539, so if you haven't checked out several new episodes over the last few days, so if you haven't checked out those, then make sure to give those a watch. They are some pretty cool episodes, including really proud of the newest Abandon episode where where I stuck a endoscope down into an old what I assume is an abandoned cellar, and really kind of took a preliminary glance at what's inside, and I'm going to be going back again here pretty soon to take a look at it again, as well as some other locations to utilize the endoscope, including a very special location out in Idaho. So a few of you who have watched some of the previous streams may have remembered me mentioning the endoscope in reference to a location out in Idaho, and I'm going to be heading out to Buell again with my friend Ryan to check out an abandoned hotel in Buell, Idaho, which is something that we have access to, that a few people have access to. You can sort of on occasion pay to take tours there, but the kind of open access that we had to ask for for permission, and so we're going to be going back there and searching for some stuff similar to what Ryan found last time, which was some old receipts from the patrons that had stayed at the hotel many years ago. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I enjoy doing the cemetery videos. I've been doing some more recently, including obviously to those of you that out there that have watched the Revolutionary War veteran cemetery that we found the geocache at, and so that was really exciting, and I was pleasantly surprised to find the ammo can, which I thought might have been just a hunter's ammo can for a moment. And then I realized that it was not. It was something that we oddly stumble upon pretty often over on the 539 channel, and that was a random geocache in a cemetery. And this one was a lot bigger, obviously. Usually we find the smaller ones. Sometimes they're in small, not necessarily. I think once it was a film canister size, and then the other time is a slightly bigger one. And then there was one at a cemetery that I moved because it was in between like two sections of a grave, and I think somebody yelled at me for that in the comment section, and I kind of laughed because I was like, it's a little bit disrespectful to put it in somebody's actual headstone, and so I moved it about 15 feet away into the woods behind a tree. So I felt like that was responsible and respectful because I didn't feel like it should be stuck into an open section on somebody's actual gravestone. Even if it was a historic gravestone, I don't really care if it's in the 1800s or if it's in the 1900s or if it's from 2 years ago. I just feel like that's slightly disrespectful, and so I moved it. But other than that, as far as the geocaches go, I never move them. The recent one was, of course, the biggest and had quite a few things in it. So again, if you haven't checked it out, make sure you go over to the 539 Productions YouTube channel and check out that episode, and let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate your feedback. If you haven't given it, I have a bunch of comments actually pulled up here that I've been reading recently, and yeah, it seems like everybody's enjoying it, and it seems like quite a few of you are liking the new camera. I have quite a few ideas as to how to utilize the camera in the future, including a few locations out in California that I sort of filmed but sort of didn't film. I did a very, very, very short segment on well, I should say around the Golden Gate Bridge, and it appeared on one of the cemetery videos from California, and it was kind of an interesting story. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. Some of it I'm going to actually put into a whole video at some point, and so there's just some strange things that happened while I was there. There was also some old, if a lot of you don't know probably the history of the Golden Gate Bridge area, there were a few forts there at one point, and so there are a few sections that are like closed off to the public, but there are like a few random drill holes that go through all the way, and so you could potentially stick a flashlight in one and stick the camera in the other and potentially get a shot of what it looks like modern day. And so I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing that, if that's okay. I don't really know. I'm going to be doing some research to find out, hopefully here over the next few months, as I'm waiting on everything to happen with the vaccines. Again, I go in for the first vaccine in a few days, and then I go in for my second, which I think, as far as what I understand, qualifies, or not qualifies, but means that I'm getting the Moderna. And so I think I'm going in for the second in about a month from now. So I'll be out again on the road here in about a month and a half, and I'd like to see how many different things I can try to use the thank you, Amanda, appreciate that. Welcome to the live stream too. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to utilize the endoscope in a bunch of different ways in a bunch of different locations, including, again, revisiting a very cool location that we filmed out in Buell, Idaho in 2018. So again, if you haven't seen those episodes, make sure to go back. I am thinking I do have the episodes completely reformatted and ready for re-release right now. So I'm hoping to re-release it in a few days, and so that you guys can get a brand new view of it. Not really brand new, but if some of you haven't seen it before, you'll see it in a brand new format, being that it'll be all one episode instead of two parts, or actually it was three parts before. So instead of three parts, it'll be all one big part. It's about a 40 some minute long episode, and I think it's really cool. There's so many historic things there. Some of them have been previously found and put on display by the owner, and then some of them, as I said previously a few minutes ago, Ryan from RJ32, the YouTube channel, found a few historic hotel receipts in an old ventilation, well, not, I don't know if you call it a ventilation shaft. I guess it was technically. It's just a vent, but I guess vent is just short for ventilation shaft, and it doesn't really matter how small it is. It's still a ventilation shaft. So, in one of in the heating system, in the floorboards, he. At that time, neither one of us had the snake cam or the endoscope, but he stuck a flashlight in and was able to locate a small piece of paper, and it turned out to be a receipt that was nearly or over 100 years old. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll have to check with him. But yeah, so we're hoping to go back with these endoscopes, which are really long, and we could stick way, way further down into these ventilation, into the ventilation system, and we'll be able to hopefully maybe discover some stuff that got blown way back there and hasn't been discovered yet or rediscovered yet. And so this place goes back quite a ways. It's quite a bit of Idaho history, and so it'll be really cool to be able to pull up some of that from the past that hasn't been seen in nearly 100 or maybe even over 100 years. So some goals for after the whole epidemic or pandemic or whatever we're calling it these days is over, and yeah, after I've of course gotten my shots and can safely go out and travel, definitely looking forward to doing that. So trying to think what else. Once again, of course, if you're enjoying the live stream, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Oh yeah, the podcast. So we've been talking about the podcast for a while. I've been talking to also a few people out there, and I believe I have a few concrete guests that we're going to start doing some interviews with and use that to spin off that, well, not spin off, I shouldn't say, that's a bad term, but to rev up the podcast, I guess, is the best term I can come up with. I really want to revive that whole idea of doing the alternative culture podcast, and so I've been talking to some people that I know that might be able to help out, and I found a few guests. I found a potential, well, not potential, but a actual guest for I think a specific segment of alternative culture that is currently making its way into the mainstream, and that is gaming. And I personally know somebody that has spent a lot of their life in I wouldn't say it's professional in the sense of they're entering competitions or anything like that, but they're definitely professional in the sense of the amount of time that they've spent doing it, the amount of people they've been in connection with, the type of gaming that they're doing, and so they've been doing this for well over a decade now, and so I think that's going to be one of our first episodes. I've also been talking to somebody about doing a tattoo episode, and I have a few other people that I have in mind to talk about tattoos with, as well as other segments of the alternative culture world. And so I'm looking forward to actually finally getting this thing off of the preliminary stages of development and actually on air. We've sort of tried to get things running with different sorts of episodes here in the past, but I don't feel like they were that successful. They were kind of just generalized sort of alternative culture, almost top 10 videos that I was happy to do, but not necessarily the proudest of. I didn't feel like they really set the tone for what I was trying to do on the podcast. And so I'm happy to be able to actually get somebody on here, especially with the current circumstances, and being able to finally find a few people that are willing to do things remotely so that we can actually get a sample of what's going to come here. And then even been planning further in the future, and hopefully connecting with some people that I might be able to interview in person. So yeah, that's going to be at a time that's a little bit safer, a little bit more responsible, and yeah, so I'm not exactly sure when the first episode is going to be coming here. I, of course, will be updating everybody as that gets closer. But I have gotten some scheduling advice from some of the guests, and so I know what I'm expecting, and it shouldn't be too long here. They will probably be live streams, and so one of the purposes of tonight is, of course, to as we all know, the YouTube algorithm is hard to count on, and so the more that I live stream, the more reliable it gets, and the more it notifies people of the live streams as they come on. And so, of course, one of the points of tonight is to prime the channels so that we can actually have some of these guests on without having situations sort of like this occur, where the YouTube algorithm is obviously ignoring the live stream, despite the fact that there's a lot of people out there that like to watch. As we've seen in the past, there's been situations where we've had live streams out on the road. We've had upwards of almost 40 people watching, which is not the best live stream in the world, obviously, but at the same time, that's really not too shabby at all. So obviously, something like tonight, where just a few of you are out there watching, which is really awesome. I appreciate you all being here. But as the dedicated watchers out there know, this is nowhere near our dedicated audience, and so it's obviously a little bit irritating that YouTube's algorithm seems to somewhat ignore the demands of the audience at certain times in our history. So, but at the same time, we're going to keep pushing forward here, and that's why I'm here tonight, again, to let you guys know that we're going to have this here really soon. We're going to be back in a manner of, well, I'm going to be back over here over the next few days. I'm definitely going to be hopping over on here. We're going to be doing travel streams. I'm going to be out filming here over the next few days, and So I'll be looking for stuff out on the road again. Obviously, I have purchased some equipment here so that I can be able to do more streaming from the road, and it's something that I feel like everybody enjoys, and it's a break from being here in the command center here. So I'm definitely going to be taking people on that journey as well again here really, really soon. Probably here, probably not tomorrow, but maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, potentially Saturday. I'm not really 100% sure, but like at this point, I am planning to do another travel stream here within the next week for sure. Excuse me. So yeah, that's the plans, and then, like I said, we'll be on possibly the weekend sometime, possibly next week sometime. I'm not 100% sure. It may take a little bit longer, but I'm not going to put it off for too long. But like I said, am in preliminary talks with a few guests to get some people on the podcast. Very awesome, Amanda. Good to hear. Thank you. All right. Thank you for sharing. Excuse me. So yeah, there was one other thing I was planning on checking. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm forgetting to update everybody on. Of course, as always, I've uploaded a few episodes over on 539, so if you have any behind the scenes questions, things like that, to the few people out there that are patrons over on Patreon, I am going to be uploading some behind the scenes content here pretty soon. There's been some struggles in the background. If you haven't heard, I've been trying to keep people updated on that, but there's been some real struggles on that, and so I appreciate your patience on that. Also, to anybody wanting to be potential guest in the future, if you have any stories, if you have any potential alternative culture stories, especially surrounding tattoos, piercings, things like that, body modifications, make sure to hit me up via direct message over Instagram or email. You can email me, obviously, always at 539productions@gmail.com. And let me know just a short description. You don't have to tell me the whole story. It doesn't have to be a super long email. Just give me a brief synopsis and what you want to talk about, and I'll give you sort of a time frame, and we can work out like a schedule to have some people on for some interviews. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to let me know. Again, 539productions@gmail.com. If you got any tattoo stories, if you're a tattoo artist, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a tattoo artist. You can have just tattoos. You can have a great story. You can have inspiration for your artwork, whatever it may be. Maybe you drew your artwork, excuse me. Maybe you drew your artwork, but you didn't actually tattoo it yourself. Who knows? Who cares? If it's important to you, if it's a great story, I want to hear it, and I'd love to share it with our audience. And so if you have these stories, make sure to email me, direct message me somewhere, anywhere that 539 Productions or Mystery, obviously you're seeing this stream here on the Mystery channel. So if whatever it may exist, send me a message and I'll get back with you, and we can schedule something, and we can talk about your story. I really like, we always hear stories from artists, and I want to definitely highlight some artist stories here over on this channel as well. But I'd also like to highlight some stories from some people that actually got the artwork, and have a story about why they got it. And maybe it's harder, it's definitely harder for people like that to get airtime. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. So yeah, I'm looking for some ways to expand the content over here, and I've been doing that for a while, as a lot of you know. And so we're really coming up on that time period where we're going to be executing those plans and starting to have those streams. So I'm kind of excited about that, and I hope that you guys will be there and support that. Obviously, as like I was saying before, it's a little bit difficult to get the YouTube algorithm to cooperate, and so I'll try and keep you all updated so that you know when it's going to happen, so that you can show up whether or not YouTube decides to notify you or not, because as you all know, we can rarely count on YouTube anymore for those notifications. It seems like people are complaining on almost a daily about YouTube not sending any notifications, whether it's this channel or whether it's 539 Productions. Mostly 539 Productions, obviously. That's where most of my viewership lies at this point. But, I mean, just the algorithm in general, it's frustrating. It really does weigh on you. And so I appreciate all of your help. And yeah. Again, if y'all have social media and you feel like helping, I don't want to guilt trip anybody or wrangle anybody into trying to help. But if you're somebody that really truly believes in the 539 journey and in the series that I have created over on YouTube, and you have a presence on some sort of social media other than YouTube, it really does help when y'all share the videos or share the links or share photos from Instagram or whatever it may be. It really does help us to reach a brand new audience and to try and grapple with this algorithm that often isn't very kind to the smaller creators like me. As I've said so many times in the past, I mean, it was like we were growing so quickly and the algorithm took place and it was like we hit a brick wall. And I could literally watch it overnight go from 10,000 plus hits a day, 10,000 plus views a day to like less than a couple hundred, and I literally watched it happen. And before I knew there was an algorithm, I knew there was something wrong, and so that was a devastating day in my YouTube history. Hey there, Linda. Welcome. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us here tonight. So yeah, we're trying to sort of take that dent away, take that effect away, and I'm not the only one. There's been a lot of creators out there that have been suffering because of the way that the algorithm works and the way that it organizes YouTube, and some people get promoted and some people don't, and some people get lots of views and some people don't. It just really depends on what you're doing. And unfortunately right now it kind of promotes those videos that I guess a lot of people like them, but at the same time, I can't figure out exactly why. Some of them seem to be just multiple copies of things of other people have done before. So I'm not quite 100% sure how it works, but like everybody else, we've all been trying to figure that out. So now, as ever, it is more important that I have everybody's support, especially if you truly believe in the content that you see. So I really appreciate everybody out there that watches, that comments, that subscribes, that shares, whatever it might be, to help to promote the series, despite all of the difficult barriers that we run into with all of the new algorithms and everything going on with YouTube. So much appreciation to everybody out there who's supporting. But as always, the best advice that I can give is just make sure to check the channels and see if there's new content there. Because YouTube is just not always reliable, even if your notifications are on. I know that from personal experience. You know, obviously, you've seen that I've had different people on here, including even my father, and of course my parents watch the channel, and even they often don't get notified right away when the episodes are released, because the algorithm, again, is just not that reliable for whatever reason. And so it's frustrating, especially for the smaller creators, because, if you have 1 million subscribers and only 40% of your audience is getting notified, then that's not as huge of a deal. But if you're, like us here, and you have 30,000 subscribers, that might be a much bigger deal. And so it's so much now, and I hate to put any responsibility out there, because it's not any of your responsibility. It is my creation and my channel, and not anything that I can personally ask you. But still, if it is something that you believe in, I hope that you maybe will make that decision. But that being said, again, just kind of wanted to reiterate some of the stuff that's going to be coming up here, including some of the upcoming episodes. Again, we will be going out and doing some more cemetery episodes here soon. We'll be also doing some more abandoned stuff. We're going to be trying to use the endoscope a few more times, as well as looking forward to the first bigger trip since all of this crazy stuff has been happening. And hopefully that's going to be here in less than a month and a half. Really about a month in 2 weeks from now. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be. I'm not sure where we're going to go. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I don't really know many details at this point, but I'm just sort of trying to get a few ideas. And of course, as always, your ideas are important to me. So if you want to let me know in the comments, either during the live stream, after the live stream, in the 539 episodes, wherever it might be, send me an email. I usually don't respond to emails unless they are specifically business oriented. So to the very few people out there who have emailed me some very nice emails, I don't always respond back on email, just because I want to keep it business related. And if I start responding to everybody, then unfortunately the account will get filled with comments like YouTube, although they should be on YouTube, and instead of being just the emails that I need to go out there and do future travels and future episodes and things like that. So I appreciate your cooperation with that, even though I understand how frustrating it can be sometimes. If you really want a question answered and you email and you expect a response back, I know how frustrating that can be, so my apologies. But again, thank you for watching the live stream tonight. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here. I wasn't really planning to do a super long live stream, but if you have any questions about the recent episodes, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll try to answer as many as possible here. Also, if you're enjoying the live stream, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it on your favorite social media network. And of course, that'll help us to reach a brand new audience here, even over on YouTube. And so, again, if you haven't checked out any of the recent episodes, make sure to check them out. We got a brand new graveyard exploration, out in the deep out in the country. Actually, had to walk way out into the middle of several farmers' field into this little patch of woods, and we found a lot of really interesting things, including a hidden geocache way out there. And so it was really a great adventure. We also went back to the abandoned cellar and stuck an endoscope way down into the abandoned cellar and tried to get a glimpse of what was inside, as well as went out into the woods and went searching for some more abandoned structures out in the woods, and ended up finding a lot of things. And so it was a really interesting episode. I really hope that all of you will check it out and give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Again, share it if you enjoy it. Yeah, we're really trying to get things kicked out, not out, but get kicked off again over on the 539 channel in terms of brand new episodes. I'm going to be going out here again either tomorrow, well, I guess it is technically 6 minutes ago it turned into today, either today or Thursday potentially. I'm not sure exactly when, but we're going to be trying to get back out there on the road and filming another cemetery episode, and then we're going to be having another abandoned episode after that, and just trying to keep things steady here again. So I'm pretty happy to be able to do that and get you guys back in the groove of things over on the 539 channel, as well as over here on the mystery channel. I also have some updates on the 539 and mystery channel infrastructure. As you can see, we have some amazing plants growing here in the background, including some new additions. We have a ton of new cactus. I probably have like 9 new cactus since we've been on here last, including some flowering cactus, some mammillaria. We have some lucky bamboo over in this direction, some of which are doing really healthy and some of which are less than healthy, but I'll be showing off some of those soon. I'm going to get a few things rehabbed, and also I just ordered the brand new 539 for the background here. There will be a 539 backlit numbers in the background here that will be showing up on the live streams coming here starting. It should be here. Some of them are starting, or excuse me, some of them should be arriving today, Wednesday, that is. Not today as in the day that we're all used to, because we've been living Tuesday, especially if you're here in the Midwest. But some of them should be arriving Wednesday. Some of them should be arriving. Oddly enough, the 5 and the 3 should be arriving Wednesday, and the 9 is supposed to arrive Thursday, which is kind of weird. And then the LED strip should arrive today, Wednesday. So by Friday, we should have, hey there, Molly. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. By Friday, we should have the complete 539 backlit numbers on the wall. And then sometime later this spring, we should be getting a fresh paint job all the way across. And so it'll look really cool. As well as some fresh floor here soon. You can kind of see that it's carpet right now, and it should be wood later on this year. So we'll be doing a lot of upgrades, and we've already done a lot of plant upgrades. I guess I can actually show you guys some plants in a little bit here. Like I said, I'm trying to rehab a few things at the moment. The unfortunate part is some of them are not going as well as others. I did get you can't really see it. I did get it's kind of a bonsai. It's not really. I mean, it is and it isn't. It is a smaller leaf plant. Not like a bonsai that is a large plant or a large tree that has turned into a small tree. But it is technically considered that. I didn't get it because of that. I just got it because it's a really woody interesting plant, and it was labeled as bonsai, and of course that bonsai is not a it's not a variety of plant. It's just a style of growing. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. Heather, Shauna, welcome. I need to get something to drink here soon. Oh, that's a Mountain Dew, but that's a trap. There's a Mountain Dew right here, but it's old, and I guarantee it's flat, and there's something wrong with it. And so I'm not going to fall for that. I'm going to have to go and get something here in a little bit. We've been going for about 45 minutes now. Appreciate y'all all being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I apologize that we don't have a bigger audience and better conversation going tonight. I know that, again, YouTube is being a little bit down on me because, of course, it took way too long of a break. Once again, it's my fault. I know that I whine about the algorithm, but at the end of the day, I should be doing many more live streams instead of taking these long breaks, which again is why I've been trying so much harder over on the 539 channel to get things up and running again, because I want to give you guys good content to watch, to those to at least to those of you out there that actually reach out to well, not reach out, but that's a bad way of putting it, but watch the 539 channel, because you're looking for entertainment that you can't find in other places out there. And so as much as as the past year has been affecting me personally, I also understand that it's been affecting everybody out there, and so I don't want to I don't want to punish all of you guys because of my own personal struggles. And so, I've been trying to put as much as I can. And at the same time, I'm trying to be as safe as possible. And so I haven't been taking some of the trips that I could have been taking. I haven't been hosting some of the people that I possibly could have been hosting. And so it's been a struggle. And so we'll be getting over there here pretty soon, though, so that's going to be good. And we'll be back on the road. We'll be getting a bunch of new locations, a bunch of new areas, and we'll be doing some cool new types of episodes like I've been so long telling you guys about. That's all going to be happening here starting in the next few months. So by the time that June rolls around, we'll be doing some brand new types of episodes, some really cool stuff, maybe some more of the island hopping that I've been talking about for a really long time. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we've all been through it. It's been a difficult year, and yeah, just looking forward to getting back to the new normal, whatever that may be. I'm really up for anything at this point. I'm pro mask. Definitely been somebody that's I don't know. I kind of like the mask, honestly. It's like I don't understand why more privacy people aren't pro mask, because it's like you kind of get to roam around without anybody really knowing who you are. I thought it was kind of cool, but yeah, I found a random mask at the cemetery I was at with the Revolutionary War veteran, and I thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah. So yeah, our upcoming episodes, again, I'm going to be hopefully doing another cemetery or two over the next few days, and then I'm also hoping to do possibly a few more things with the endoscope. I have to find a few locations and schedule a few things. Obviously, it's a little bit harder to just schedule a location that will need an endoscope, and So I'm going to have to look for things that can handle that and seem like they need that. And so that's going to be some research. Obviously, I've been to a few places before that I thought would need that type of camera, but it's going to be kind of crazy to find something within the next week or so that's going to be needing that camera and something that'll be really interesting. So yeah, um, I think it'll be a great few episodes if everything pans out fine. Save some money on makeup. There you go. That's awesome. Um, yeah, we've all kind of saved some money. I've definitely saved some money on hair products and other types of things that I haven't really used in a long time. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping to reverse that at this point and get back to the point where we are out there on the road constantly, finding new things, finding new locations, finding new types of road trip videos to do. I'm really trying to promote this idea of, it's really a road trip series. It's really a travel series. It's not just a cemetery series. It's not just an abandoned series. It's not just an adventure travel series. We're about taking trips out into the back roads of America and North America in general, I guess, not necessarily the United States. As a lot of you know, I'm pretty familiar with Canada and other places like that. So, I mean, we're going to be really focusing on that subject matter over here over the next year or so. The idea that this is really kind of a, like I said, a travel series, a road trip series, and no matter what we end up visiting, no matter what location we end up at, it's all about the travel. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really, really, really do. I mean, because again, without all of you out there, this really is impossible. And, you know, I try and keep that in the back of my mind at all points throughout this journey. And, you know, it makes it, all the more better to know that there's these people out there that really count on new episodes, that really are desiring this new content. And without that, there would be no way that I'd be putting out episodes at the rate that I do, even though I know that I'm not the most prolific creator out there in terms of how often that I put out new content. But at the same time, you guys do inspire me to put out content. And if you weren't there, it wouldn't happen quite as often as it does. And, so I really do appreciate all of you being there. And so, as the next few months go by, I hope that, again, you'll be right there with me as we start to pick up again and create or recreate, I guess, in a lot of ways, this channel that we've been working on for the last few years. Because it's been a real important journey to me, and I was pretty devastated, and I know that there's been a lot of people that have suffered a lot more than me through this whole thing, and I've suffered. I've had my losses and lost my people, but at the end of the day, I know there's people that have suffered more than me, and but still, at the end of the day, I feel like my one hope for myself and for all of us that are in this because we believe in it. And I don't know why. I don't, honestly. There's a lot of you out here that believe in what I do, and I appreciate that. And maybe I'm probably my biggest judge at the end of the day, but I do appreciate all the comments and everything. But I guess my biggest hope for myself in this channel is just to be able to get back out there and get in the swing of things again, because it's been so easy to sort of fall into it recently, to fall into that dark space where you're not doing anything, where you're sort of just sitting waiting for the next thing to happen. So I'm just looking forward to being able to cater to that small segment of YouTube that really cares, and to those of you out there that fall into that space, I appreciate you. And again, I know this particular live stream wasn't as planned out as some of them in the past, but understand that it's just the beginning of something new, of something better, of upgrading both the 539 experience as well as the experience over here on the Mystery Channel. And so hopefully here within the next few weeks we'll have, a little picture-in-picture over here with somebody else's face or somebody else's video feed, whatever it may be, and we'll be doing some interviews and talking about some things and discussing some things that we've never talked about here on the 539 channel or the Mystery Channel, whatever channel. Hopefully we'll be putting out some brand new content that will really shake things up a bit. Hey there, Kenneth. Welcome. Good to have you, bro. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, I have so many ideas that I just want to try out, and it's just been a rough year, and I can't put it any other way than that. It was a great year to try stuff, though. I can't complain there. It really was, in a lot of ways, a great year to go out there and stream and do stuff like that. But in terms of being, I don't know, just the desire to create wasn't there, I guess, because it was like I couldn't go far, I couldn't stay anywhere. I always had to be safe no matter where I was going. I always had to think about what I was doing. The idea of hotel stays and things like that sort of died off, and so it sort of limited me to this really small little bubble. And yeah, it just got rough. But again, a lot of you out there had to struggle more than I did. Like I said, I've definitely had my struggles. I have definitely had my losses. And I definitely feel for everybody out there that has had theirs. But we're going to try and rebuild this now from where we're at. And we're going to try and rise above it all. And I guess the next goal is 100,000, right? We passed that 30,000 mark, and I want to make it to that 100,000 mark. I want to get that first black, and that's the goal from here. Maybe not on this channel, but maybe on 539 for sure. Maybe if we get lucky, we'll get that. We'll get both. I would love to be able to get the 100,000 on both channels, But as we start to expand content, maybe that will be possible. Like I said, I want to really start talking about the alternative culture, really start talking about things that are near and dear to my heart, and things that we can discuss. Obviously, it'll be a full-on discussion. It'll be something where, if you guys disagree, you can disagree. If you guys have comments, you can comment. If you guys have questions, you can question, and maybe even and maybe even something where we can potentially take some live questions, such as the Discord that I've been setting up for a while now. And as always, I don't think I have it in the comments this time, but I usually have the link available. But we do have a Discord, and so if you're either a member of Patreon or you've visited the links in the past live streams, you can check out the Discord. I do usually make them unlimited links, and so they won't just disappear after a few days. I don't know what the time frame on normal links is over there, but I usually try to make them unlimited. So if you want to join the chat, you can share things over there. You can chat over there. You can talk about. Sorry, we had a slight glitch there. Yeah, I just got a low battery message, so we might not be streaming for too much longer. I've got, obviously, as you can see, I've got my headphones plugged in, so yeah. Thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, I think it worked really well too. I'm really excited to use it here in the future. I think it's going to be a great addition to the equipment over on 539. Including some new stuff hopefully coming up here soon. I'm really hoping to add some new additions. So, yeah, again, it's a great addition. It is waterproof. Excuse me. I can't apparently talk tonight. It is waterproof, so I'm hoping to be able to stick it into some underwater locations. I'm hoping to be able to use it for so many different things. There's some incredible content that's going to be coming up. So I really, again, I can't express, again, I hate to say this because, again, it shouldn't be necessary, but I really need your help here in the future, and especially over the next few episodes. If you're liking, because I don't want to guilt trip anybody, and I don't want if you don't like it, don't hit the like button. If you don't like it, don't hit the like button. But if you like it, especially over on 539, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're watching me now for the very first time, you never checked out 539, make sure to check out the 539 Productions channel over on YouTube. And again, if you have other social media and this is an important thing to you and it's an important YouTube channel, again, if it's not, then don't worry about it. I mean, but if it is, then hit that share button. And whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter, whatever platform it might be on, every time you share, we reach somebody new, guaranteed. It's just guaranteed. Unless, you're a random private channel, in which case that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Again, no obligation. Never would ask anybody to pay money. Nothing whatsoever. But if you feel like it's something you're inspired to do, then that's fine. And again, word of mouth is obviously the best advertising in the world. And so the moment that you open your mouth and talk about the things that you love, those are going to be the things that people actually check out, as opposed to the things that they might just see advertised on the side of the road or on television. Yes, Kenneth. Yeah, we are trying to do more uploads per week. I'm trying to go back to about 2 per week. I don't know whether we're going to keep up with that 100% of the time, but we're definitely trying. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of backlog some episodes right now and get things to the point where I got a bunch of things waiting to be what am I trying to say? A bunch of things waiting to go live to all of you. So, for sure, we're definitely up in the ante right now, getting back on the road and getting those episodes back to the rate that we're all used to, which is about twice per week. I think that's about as good as we're going to get it right now because, of course, like I said, with the YouTube algorithm, unfortunately, it works on both sides of the spectrum. So if you upload too little, it's going to punish you, and if you upload too much, it's going to punish you. Some people have different rules for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. Some channels can upload once a day and be fine. For whatever reason, 539 cannot. If I upload once a day, my channel will suffer. My channel will get hurt. My channel's views will go down, and so I can't do that. If I ever got a reliable editor, I would love to be able to do that. But at this point, YouTube is just saying no. Whenever I try, they say, absolutely not, you're posting too much, you're not a daily channel. Apparently, I'm not allowed. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. But again, if you like him, make sure to spread the word. And if not, don't worry about it. It's all good. So, but again, lots more episodes to come. I'm not really, again, sure how much battery I have left here, so I think I'm just going to end things up here. We just crossed the 1 hour mark, so I think it's about the right time. But we'll be doing some more live streams again here soon because, like I said before, I am still scheduling and actively building the podcast. And so we will be doing some tattoo podcast here soon, some gaming podcast here soon. Not gaming as in actual gaming. I won't be gaming, but we will be talking to some gamers. Well, at least one gamer, and getting their explanation of gaming culture. And then we'll be talking to potentially some tattoo artists and getting their description of tattoo culture and around the gamut. Whatever you think of when you think of alternative culture, of underground culture, we'll be trying to get some interviews with these people. And we're not really talking about necessarily the subject matter. We're not going to be talking about gaming. We're not going to be talking about tips and tricks or the best console or the best computer parts to have, or which game is the upcoming popular game. We're going to be talking about culture. We're going to be talking about people. We're going to be talking about how people connect with each other and how people form relationships with one another inside of these different underground cultures. Whether it's tattoos and body modification, whether it's cars, whether it's gaming, any type of art, whatever it might be. There's so many different underground cultures to sort of talk about, and how they affect the world and how they affect people's lives and how people connect with each other by integrating their lives into these cultures. And so I'm excited to be able to interview some of these people and bring those live streams straight to you. Thank you, Molly. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I appreciate all the rest of you being here. I think we're just going to call it a night right now. We're going just about on 70 minutes here, and so I think it's about time to call it and end here. We will be on here in the next few days to talk about things again, maybe to kind of prime things again, maybe just to hang out for a little bit. Again, so if you have any comments or questions on the recent episodes, if you're thinking about any advice, any different locations that maybe you want filmed, any ideas on different types of locations that you'd like to see over on the 539 channel. Again, it's supposed to be about road trips, about travel, specifically about road trips. Obviously, I really don't do any flying. I really don't do any other types of travel. So if there's ideas that you have out there, make sure to share them. And maybe you'll see those on an upcoming episode over on the 539 channel, or potentially maybe an upcoming stream on this channel here, or potentially the 539 channel over on Twitch. So appreciate y'all for being here, and I will catch you in our next very soon to be stream. It will not be long. It's not going to be a wait. It's going to be something that's going to be upcoming here soon. Again, I don't know if it's going to be an actual interview, but we'll be doing something. Maybe we'll even be doing a travel stream. So, again, I will see all of you here in the next few days. Appreciate you being here on the next stream, on the first stream back, excuse me. Hey there, Jenny. And of course, see you.